What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be reviewing my elimination rounds from Tucson Dragway at their last Summit Series race. Let's get into it. We got the lane that we wanted, we're rolling up. I have never raced this opponent before. My dad has, so we have a little bit of information on the car, not too much. I am chasing. I believe he's dialed in the 1150 range. We're feeling good, we're feeling confident. Especially because there's a buyback. I'm pretty stingy, I like to save my money, so we're going for it. We ended up dialing a 68 here. Air got a little bit better. I certainly wasn't going to be trying to carry anything early first round without knowing my opponent. After ripping off a 15 light, just figured go up there, we'll do that same thing and be easy, pretty easy. Checking the opponent, seeing where he's at, getting comfortable. Staging it up. Always trying to flicker it if possible. At this point I realized I could not catch him. We got the dump off. The wind light turned on. That was good for us. We were about in that 25 to 30 range on the tree and right where we needed to be on the dial. I think once I did the run completion, I put myself at about a low 69, so I dialed a little bit soft, but ultimately we got the dub. So with that, let's head into round two. Have never raced this opponent before. Once again, I believe my dad has, giving us not too much information on the car. To my knowledge, this is a pretty decent racer, stock racer. So we were going to try to be there. We kept that 1068 dial, figuring the 60 foot's going to pick up a little bit. We're going to cut a good light. Should be right on that 68. I kind of like the fact that there are random pairing the first couple rounds instead of being on a ladder right after. It's kind of nice sometimes. Sometimes I prefer being on a ladder. It's funny how that works. I think it's pushing about 2 a.m. But we're feeling real good at this point. Stage him real carefully. And we ripped it. We're right where we needed to be here. A couple whomps at the top end. Fist pump for good measure. I believe we were about 25 on the tree. Taking 008. Would have been low dead on. Car did exactly what we thought it was going to do. 60 foot picked up approximately 4 thou, which equated from that 70. I think we were on a 69 1 or 2 that first pass. That put us right to that low 68. So I knew we had put together a pretty good pass here. Our opponent missed the tree a little bit and missed a dial a tad, and that was it. Let's head into round 3. So rolling up round 3, we're on the ladder. Our opponent, I believe his name is Jake, was still in motorcycle and pro at this point. The beautiful gasser that he had. We won the coin toss here and got the lane that we wanted. I feel that that put us into a slight advantage. Once again, we kept to 68. The air was staying fairly consistent. The humidity was changing a little bit throughout the night, which was very surprising. But we decided to keep the 68. Hopefully the 60 foot stayed the same. The air might be a little bit better. So if we run that 67, we'll be okay with it. We had that mindset going into it, that we could run a 67 here. It might even be more than likely. Once we got into eliminations, my reaction times only varied 14 thou over 5 rounds. Quite happy with that. I ended up not changing the trans brake at all between Wild Horse and Tucson, and I think that ultimately was why I was in that 20 to 25 range, just because of lack of horsepower. I knew approximately where I was because I'd ripped off that 15 before. Checking my opponent, I noticed that he didn't have anything that was going to take the stripe. It's just his tire, how high the car sits. He was dialed in the 1150 range as well. We hit it good. We moved a little bit once we got to about the 330 mark. I don't think it equated to much ET though. And we rolled up on him pretty early and we got rid of it. Pretty standard round there. If you look closely, I think I get that first womp off right about the 1,000 foot mark though, so I wasn't able to get a good run completion on this run and be confident with it. So I had to kind of throw this run out in terms of dialing. I ended up running a 74, that much I killed. But that's okay. You know, with, like I said, with how the weather was being fairly consistent, quite ready moving forward. So with that, let's head into round 4. So here we got Mike Reed, who's driving that beautiful truck, and he's just a really great guy. Awesome racer. He gave me my lane, he did. A little bit of a funny story. He's dialed 1085, I believe. We decided to keep that 68. We were fairly certain that we were going to be in that 67 range right now. Potentially carrying 1. Almost guaranteed, unless that 60 foot slowed to where it was before, but I didn't see that happening. Although with the track temp potentially going down, it very well could have. So given those circumstances, we know that we're going to hopefully take it tight if we're going to get to the stripe. It's late. I don't even know what time it was at this point. I stopped checking my phone after 3 a.m. But we're, like I said, we're still feeling good. We're feeling so comfortable in the car, and I'm seeing the bulb really well. We were 28 on the tree. I realized about half track that I don't think I'm getting there. Try to get a good dump off, and the wind light turned on. Great race. Mike actually had me on the tree there, but ran a little bit quick. I think that humidity was throwing some people off, and the track was so good. The track was so stellar that we were running quick. Everybody started to run a little bit fast. So, all right, let's head into round 5. So this is 5th round. Our opponent this round is Chuck Hawk, who, if anybody runs down here in the Southwest, you know that's a household name. And this was the first time I was actually getting to race Chuck. So we left the 68. Given the circumstances, I really do think that the 68 was a stellar dial. With how good we were driving and everything else, we were ready to go. So let's start the video up here. Shortest one that we have. As you can see, the sun is beginning to come up at this point. It's about 5 something in the morning, or late 4:45. I don't know, something like that. Chuck styled in that 1150 range, the one that we've been driving against all night. So that 68 really felt good. I was going to be able to see him as we come down. I told my dad in the lanes that I needed to tree him, though. I needed to get ahead of the bulb, because if I was going to take the stripe against Chuck, I knew he was going to get the dump off. I knew that my 25 range that I'd been in was not going to be good enough here, and I needed to step it up. Once again, feeling so comfortable. I really did think that this was ours to lose. I had full confidence in myself and the car. I will say here that the 60-foot did pick up, and I was not prepared for that. I got a good look at his car here, got a good look at his front end, and I was ready to go. We put it in, and as soon as I let go, I wasn't good enough. I was 31. 31 is not good enough here, and I knew it. Rolling up, I thought I was going to have to get the dump off until I saw that I was going to get there. I tried to take as tight of a stripe as I could, and I pretty much expected the wind light to turn on his side. Ultimately, it was a good race by us. Chuck went down there. He was 17 on the tree, 1 over with a 1 with the dump. I was 31 on the tree, taking 13 thou, broke it out 16. And that's okay, because I didn't expect the 60-foot to pick up, but I did expect it to run that 67 number, and ended up running 66. So I'm okay with that. Chuck's a great racer, and with the dump that he did down there, I'm sure he had to be low dead on. So he was 17 low dead on, and I'm okay with that. It was a really fun weekend, and I enjoyed doing it. Really looking forward to doing it again, getting back out there. We've had a pretty good year this year. We've been pretty blessed, and just gonna keep doing what we've been doing, trying to get that win light on our side and try to stay lucky. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Peace.